Hi, everybody. I've been behind, so we're getting off to some books of artifacts, furnishings, continued. So we're going to try this. Okay, Wan Lich Orb of the Witch Queen by Dana. Wholesales, 250,000 gold sovereigns. Retails, 300,000 gold sovereigns. Rare for magical classes only. 6-inch crystal orb kept in a black wood box. The orb is carved from heavy-grained black oak. If observed closely, the grain and carving combine to form distorted faces in the wood. Inside the box, the orb is held in a carved dragon's claw, which serves as the handle. All seeing the orb for the first time must save versus fear or flee in panic. Those remaining will feel uneasy. Alignment, it says, is neutral. The orb is used to capture particular spirits and transfer them to magical items. When the orb is touched to the body of any creature dead 3 days or less, his soul or spirit will be drawn into the orb, where it is visible and capable of converse, but lacks any other powers or abilities. Before transfer, the recipient object must be suitably prepared. See construction of magic items. Step 2. Page 2. Or in some worlds, enchant object or other spells may be required. Dungeon Master's option. When the orb is touched to the prepared object, a spirit will be infused into it. The level of the user of the orb determines the maximum number of powers or abilities which the spirit can retain within the magical item. For each level of the user, the spirit is able to retain one ability. In other words, if the spirit is that of the dead fighter, who in life was +1 to hit and +1 to damage, the user of the orb would have to be second level for the spirit to retain both of those pluses. Dungeon Master option. Normally, the spirit may use these retained abilities as often as he could when he was alive. If the user knew the spirit during his lifetime, the user may choose which abilities will be kept. If not, choice of abilities is Dungeon Master's option. All other abilities are lost, and any other powers the user desires in the object must be instilled in the normal way. If the object is ever demagicked, see page 2, the spirit proceeds to the normal fate of dead characters. If an attempt is made to resurrect the original body, treat as if reincarnated as per reincarnate spell. Dungeon Master's option. In some worlds, when the orb is used, the spirit can gain experience, skills, etc., while in the object, insofar as the nature of the object permits. All right, we got a quote. How much art thou shrunk when that body did contain a spirit, a kingdom, for it was too small, a bound. William Shakespeare, Henry IV. Okay, so that little piece of loveliness there, furnishing. Don't even know how it's a furnishing, but furnishing. That's really interesting. Particularly could be quite dangerous. I can think of all the sort of malicious, mischievous, malicious ways it could be used by evil characters. Yeah. Okay. Weatherby's Everclear. This one's by Ben. A gallon cost 10,000 wholesale, but retails for 20,000. Rare paint cans with blank labels. This paint produces a very fine degree of transparency wherever it is applied. The paint itself is not visible, either in the can or when applied. The can appears empty even when full. Drying time is 2d10 minutes. 1 gallon covers 10 square feet and produces transparency to a depth of 10 feet. A nice application is an opening or doorway which is produced by the paint, or a hole in the floor. Once emptied, the can makes an excellent mask for hobbits, being transparent from the inside only. Dungeon Master's option. Technically, this is transparency, not invisibility. True sight and see invisible do not affect. On by is tools the workman may begin, as be is work the worker's tithe in tin, but I is works have come not end. One wonders ere to workman's a bin. Colomer, the worker's laminate. Zimbac's rock paint, also by bin, a gallon wholesale is 10,000. Retail is 15,000. Uncommon paint cans labeled rock paint. These cans of paint are often found where repair work is being done. The paint is the same color as the natural rock in the dungeons. When the cans are opened, the paint will turn to stone in 10 to 30 minutes. Any object painted with this will turn to stone in 2 rounds. Save versus stoning applies, but must be repeated each round until the paint is washed off. This paint is used extensively in dungeons to repair damaged stonework and rock walls. There is a 25% chance that brushes, ladders, and other equipment will be found in the vicinity. In parentheses, the AFL/CIO, that's in capitals, and then RC in lowercase, workers know how to delay drying but refuse to reveal the method. So that abbreviation I'm going to go with is a company that they've made that goes around repairing dungeons. That was actually the end of the furnishings, but I wanted to see we got some cool like little designs. On the next page when we start ambulance also has designs. Now we do know from the previous episode that the Wadington's drop cloths are magical drop cloths that don't get turned to stone, but that then if you put them over living things, they end up in these little pocket dimensions or whatever, and then where they sit in stasis. So so the drop cloth's removed, and then they're fine, and they come out 100 years later all ticked off. Whatever. These are some fun ideas. If you're and that transparency paint could be really used to mess with people. They think there's a hole and there's not a hole. They think there's a door, but there's not a door. They just walk into a wall, but they can see their side. That'll give the characters something to the players something to ponder over, right? So I know I've been behind, so we're getting back on track. Book of Artifacts and the orb. I can think of so many uses for that orb. And also the idea that magical items can gain experience. I kind of have done something sort of similar in the past in that a character gets something and they're using it. And maybe at some point they think there's something special about it. All right? But they don't know for sure. It just seems to be like doing more damage. Like if they know if they know something does 1d8, but they're always doing 9 points of damage, they think there's something special about it. So then, but as the player goes from level, what the weapon or the tool can do unlocks things. I've done that. So but these are all good ideas. Anyway, peace. Have a good day, and there'll be more to come. Sorry I'm behind, folks. Take it easy. Keep on rolling those dice. Keep on rocking your rolls in the game. Okay? Bye.